I've always been overweight. I come from an overweight family.
But Aaron Lohman never really knew how much he actually weighed.
I don't know how much I weighed because 425 pounds was as high as my scale went.
And he didn't want to know.
Half the reason I gained all the weight is because I was so focused all the time on just catching the bad guys and running after people and chasing after people and trying to help people that I wasn't helping myself.
That is until 3 years ago, when the 33-year-old officer with the NYPD's anti-crime unit woke up one night in a cold sweat.
I had a nightmare one night that I was in a life and death struggle on a rooftop.
Too unfit to fend for himself, Aaron says he dreamt he fell to his death.
I just thought about like my daughter. I have to watch my daughter get married without me, have her sweet 16 without me.
That was the wake-up call Aaron needed.
I'm not going to let this be who I am anymore. You know, I'm not going to blame my family. I'm not going to blame genetics.
In his 3-year journey, Aaron has lost a total of 148 pounds. Try to lift that? Not happening for me. But look at him. Now, easily bench pressing 225.
The million-dollar question, how did he do it?
I didn't have money to get, to hire a trainer or to hire a nutritionist. So I did the only thing that I really knew how to do.
Aaron began to place the same amount of importance on himself as he did with others. Researching recipes, he learned to cook.
I prep my meals for the week. Fail to prepare is preparing to fail.
How high do we go?
15.
And started exercising.
15. Oof.
It was a struggle at first, but with the support of thousands of Instagram followers, he kept motivated.
Doing this has opened my mind to infinite possibilities.
Aaron, now the father of 2 and recently promoted to lieutenant, is setting his sights on helping others get healthy.
The first thing that you need to understand, don't set a number in your head of how much weight you're going to lose. The second thing is, don't do too much cardio.
Oof.
There's going to be days you mess up. I mess up all the time. You just have to forget about it and keep going.
So, Aaron, for those sitting at home thinking, no way they can do this, what do you say?
They can. You just got to keep pushing and never give up.
Keep pushing.
That's right.
And pushing. Pushing. I love this story. There's no physical requirements to stay on the force, but Aaron is one of a handful of New York City's finest, encouraging fellow officers to slim down and get healthier. You can check out some of his favorite recipes at cbsnewyork.com.
He's not just slim, he's ripped.
Yeah, he did it all by himself, too, really
cool.
And now he's got this great community at that gym. You could really feel it. It was great. It was
I love that this came out of listening to your dream, a literal nightmare, right?
Yeah.
Turned it into all this productivity.
All about his daughter.
Fantastic story. Love it.